Hello, my dear friend. You're a Muslim.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So the Quran, does the Quran respect Muslim women at all?
Yeah, it does.
So tell me how the Quran treats.
Are you Hindi? Are you Muslim?
Yeah.
Don't speak to him.
I know.
Be
I can
careful,
see.
yeah?
I know. I can
Don't
see.
believe everything on this guy.
know,
He's
I
a
know.
Gandu. He tried to follow every Muslim. We don't have time to listen to
I
him.
know, I know.
Okay? So
What do you-
just annoy him.
I know.
Ignore him. He's
Thank
from
you so
Somalia.
much.
I don't know,
Thank you,
some sort of a problem, mental issue.
Don't listen to
He has
him.
come from Somalia.
Listen to me, yeah?
Now,
It's okay.
I
I just
keep
want to see
following
what he
him
has to
because
say.
he's a Gandu. He can't do nothing.
I know. I just want to see what he has to say.
Your sister. I know he tried to come looking for you, but just said, go away.
I know he wants to tell me a lot of crap. Just hear what he has to say.
yeah, sure.
If you want to speak, let's see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not trying to let him infiltrate my mind. Just want to see what he has to say. That's the whole point. We come here today to
Exactly.
debate.
Teach him a
talk.
lesson. Yeah, please teach
It's
him a
not about
lesson.
teaching him a lesson. We're just discussing things.
No, but the last point you made
We're
is
just
very
discussing
important.
things.
No,
We're
the
just
last
talking.
point, my dear friend, the last point you
Having
made,
a friendly discussion.
exactly. And that's why we come to Speaker's Corner. But this fellow clearly has shown up at Speaker's Corner without having a clue.
Brother,
Now,
it's your wife.
do you...
Take your wife with you, man.
Hey,
Don't let your wife-
you're from...
see what he says first.
Are you from Bangladesh?
Don't let your wife, someone speak to you. Why are you doing this? You are a man. Alhamdulillah, Muslim.
Hey, don't dictate terms about his
If
wife.
you-
Stay
if you
quiet.
have a
Move away.
wife, walk away, man. Take your wife with you.
Look at
Why
him.
people come to talk to your wife?
It's okay. Give me 1 minute. I just want to see what it says about women in
Yeah,
Islam.
thank you. Thank you
he's
much.
he's a Kurdu, man. He's a
I know. I've seen on
Gandu.
YouTube. I've seen on YouTube, bro.
Exactly.
I know.
Look at him. Can you imagine? What? No. But please, I'd like you to just think about one little thing. Just one little thing. If he would show up at Speaker's Corner and
We are in Speaker Corner.
Wow.
We
If
are
he
in Speaker Corner.
don't enter into my personal
You can't
space.
do.
Don't enter into my personal
Shut up.
space. I know you've lost your mind, but
Shut
don't
up,
enter
you
into my
can't do,
personal
man.
space. If he comes to Speaker's Corner and dictates terms with your wife, can you imagine what he'll do
You are
to
the
the
big
girls in his
liar.
life?
Alright, what's your question?
Yeah, question. Simple question.
Don't go off on the people. What's
Please
the main point?
tell me, give me some evidence from the Quran as to why you think Islamic
Huh?
women,
What did you say?
especially in a nikah, are respected as anything more than sex objects. That's all I see in the Quran. Tell me why, any evidence that you can give from the Quran which makes you think in nikah, in
one
nikah,
believe him.
in
He's a
nikah,
liar.
Islamic women are
You
more
liar,
than
you
sex
can't
sex slaves. I said sex objects earlier, sex slaves. Anything more, sex slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I find in the Quran
Gado,
in relation to
Gado,
nikah. If you think it's more than sex slavery, women are treated well, much better, please give me some evidence from the Quran.
There is a lot of evidence
Yeah,
about
I
when a woman
Yeah, I
is born, from the moment
Yeah, I
she's born, she has a lot
Yeah, I
of
do.
rights in the family.
Gandu.
1 second, I can't hear. Can't,
Oh, you want to hear?
I can't talk because you're
No, no.
screaming in
Oh,
my
is
ear.
it? Oh, sorry.
Just calm down. So from the moment she's born, her father, her brothers have a right to protect her
Gandu.
from the moment she's born.
Gandu.
As she's
Yeah,
growing
I do.
up, so
Gandu.
I can't.
You can't do
I can't
nothing. I'm
talk.
staying here.
I can't talk
I'm
'cause
speaking.
You're
I didn't say
screaming.
anything to you.
You
Stay
can't
quiet.
do.
Wow.
I can't think because you're literally in my ear.
Just say it. Just say it.
Yeah, just stay focused. Just ignore this gentleman.
And so,
Mental asylum, closest mental
And
asylum.
so literally, they're not. Women aren't here to be sex objects to men. I thought that's completely false. I don't know. That's probably your main point to cause me to talk. And that's fine. 1 second, let me answer your question. When we're married, because that's the main part, right? You're talking about sex objects and stuff. The man has a massive obligation to protect his women by making sure that other men don't come next to her that is not related to her, right? Because they could try rape her or they could try control her and stuff. He has an obligation to me to make sure I'm provided for via food. He is actually meant to make sure the food is brought to the house, cooked and brought. So women aren't meant to just cook and give sex to men. That's completely false. He's also meant to make sure I'm provided for financially. So the main person working in a household would be the husband. Nowadays, things have become modern. When you live in London, when you live in London, you end up both working in a household, but in the Quran it's meant to be obligate to the men. They're meant to be, let me answer, they're meant to be the ones that work, provide financially, emotionally, mentally. It even says men are meant to be soft with their women, they're meant to talk to their women, emotionally be available for their women, and mentally as well. It's all about having the capacity to be able to talk to each other, have a discussion, be there for each other. And that's exactly what I get from my husband. We're a real life example of a Muslim couple. I'm a woman, he's a man, right? In our relationship, and thousands of other couples that I know that are also Islamic, because obviously I'm very well connected. One sec, I can't hear. I'm holding my ear because I can't hear. 1 second.
I can't go anywhere. I'm coming back, yeah?
I know.
I'm going, yeah? Come back, yeah? Okay, sorry.
Deliver.
Can't do. He's smiling. Can't do.
Can you imagine?
I'm back again. Can't do.
I feel a bit sick because he's just so loud. And so thousands of couples like us that I know, because I'm well connected to the community. I work in Westminster. I work with a lot of families in London. That's what I do. And I see a lot of people that are exactly like us. The men, they fill out the obligations. They give women the money, the food, clothes, attention, love, care, compassion, protection. I've never been that, whatever you're saying, you know,
Sure.
the what is the word, derogatory term that you're saying.
Another thing I like to
You're
say
saying
is-
sex slave. It's very what's the word? Derogatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing I would like to say is like when someone came to the Prophet and asked like who after obviously our Lord, who's next? He said your mother. He said who's after? He said your mother. He said who then? He said your mother. He said it 4 times, then he said your father. He says that's how high your mother is, how like female is. She's 4 times higher than your father. And he also said that heaven is beneath your mother's feet. And he said when your daughter is born, that's your gate to paradise.
Sure. But I heard of what you've said so far, please. I've heard carefully. But I'm... The same sound from both sides. The same sound from both sides.
This is why you're
Unbelievable.
scared of dog. You scared
The
of
same-
boy. You scared of dog.
No,
You
I'm not scared of you.
dog.
I'm not scared, sorry. No,
you
I'm not.
scared you can't do.
No.
Why are you scared of the dog? Alhamdulillah, but he's a stupid boy.
The more you swear and shout at him, it looks bad on us as Muslims.
No, it's not.
It
We're
makes
not.
it harder for us.
No, wallah, never.
It does.
He's stupid.
Just let us talk. Be part of the conversation. That's absolutely fine. You can answer the question he gave. His question was, are Muslim women sex slaves? Why don't you answer it as a Muslim as well?
He
Because
doesn't have a
instead of
clue.
swearing and shouting, you make us look bad. Now you've walked off. Come on, man.
No, you are the kind...
This is what I hate, yeah, about certain people like that ruin Islam for others. They make us look disgusting. Why is he doing that? We're just talking.
Yes,
We've
absolutely.
come here to talk. Let's talk.
Sure. I heard both of you. But here is the challenge. I want to go... You mentioned something which is not in the Quran, which is from text which was written much later, centuries later. I want to go back to the Quran and focus on the Quran alone. And as a matter of fact, the Quran would contradict even some of what you said. You know, for instance, you said when daughters are born, it's gateway to heaven. But the Quran actually contradicts that in multiple places where Allah, the Islamic Allah himself says, look, how come you attribute to me daughters when you have sons? As if having daughters is some nasty thing. And so the Quran contradicts some of this. So I'm not focused on the hadiths. I'm focused on the Quran. One second.
Any sons or daughters to God. God
One
doesn't
second.
have children.
But one second.
doesn't have a wife.
That wasn't my point. My point, that wasn't my point. That wasn't my point. My point was the Islamic Allah especially said, why do you attribute to me daughters while you have sons? So his communication was, also you have sons, I only have daughters. As if having daughters is some sort of an inferior thing. That's what's in the Quran. But let's not get digressed. I want to focus on the main topic, the sex slaves.
So hang on, because you said that point, I have to also.
No, please. I want to
Wait,
keep that point aside because that's not from the
You
Quran.
just brought that point here, so let me.
But I haven't
say
responded
back
to your
one
previous.
second.
I patiently heard you earlier.
That's fine.
I
But you
patiently.
just
Good to see
brought
you.
up
How
a
you
new-
doing?
You
Good to
just
see
brought up a new point, so let me
No, I didn't respond to your previous point. I haven't responded to your previous point. I haven't responded to your previous point.
You will.
No, I haven't responded to your previous point. Let me please respond. Let me please respond to your previous point.
You brought up a new point, then you want to wash it away.
No.
and then carry
I am
on.
now
So
respond.
that
No,
you've
1 second.
made
My
your
dear friend,
point,
1 second.
let me just-
You said maybe 5 things. The gentleman here, your husband said 3 things or something. Now I want to respond to them, and I was merely starting.
So you said that
I was
women
merely starting.
are attributed to sons, blah, blah,
Sex
blah.
slavery. Sex slavery. I want to get back to that,
We
please.
will. We're here all day. Don't worry. We
No,
will.
I want to get
It's
back to the
okay.
sex
It's
slavery.
okay, it's okay, we will.
All I'm saying is,
It's okay.
let's focus only on the Quran.
Women,
And when focused on the
having two
Quran,
daughters, what is better than having? It's better than having one son, almost, isn't it? They say that.
where does the Quran say that?
It says that.
Where does
do
it
you know? Was that in the hadith?
What did you say?
Having two daughters, even if you have no sons, having two daughters is almost higher than having sons. And to make
Not in the
sure-
Quran.
To make sure that a father does his duty to women. 1 second. To make sure women, their rights are fulfilled by their father, their husband. That 2 daughters better than having 1 son.
It's not there in the Quran. It's really not in
You
there.
read the Quran?
Oh yeah, I've read multiple times. I'm writing books on the Quran. It's not in the Quran. So now let me get back to the previous question. Sex slavery. You know, some of the points you mentioned about protection. You mentioned about provision, providing. Some of these, a sex slave's owner could do to the sex slave. For example, in prostitution, a man could pay for the lady. That could be seen as a provision, and that's why today it's even called sex industry, as if it's some sort of a business. So merely paying someone or protecting someone doesn't mean they are any better than sex slaves. I want to get to the bottom here, please, really. And that is where I'd like you both to stay focused. Get me some detail from the Quran. There are plenty of details in the Quran about treatment of women. I completely understand. Some of which is paying for them, protecting them, and so on. One second, let me finish the question and please respond. I am going to say, happens with sex slavery also. I want to get some sort of punch evidence that you can use from the Quran, where the woman in a nikah are meant to be more than sex slaves in the nikah. And when doing that, please, one of the other problems I had with you earlier was that you used yourself as an example. Now, you could be terrible Muslims. You could be marvelous people. I know, you are marvelous people in my sight. One second. No, I don't need examples. I need the theology first. Once you've given the theology, you can give me examples. So tell me one punch detail that you find in the Quran which tells you that women in nikah are much better than sex slaves. Payment won't work, protection won't work.
Okay, so you're saying payment and protection won't work?
Because that could happen even in sex slavery.
So what?
In a sex slavery,
It can happen in a normal convenience store.
absolutely, and therefore,
So just because it can happen to someone else doesn't mean our point is invalid.
I'll clarify. I hear what you're saying. I'll clarify. Yeah. I'm giving a very hypothetical scenario, completely unrelated. Yeah. If you came to me for some reason and said, "Hey, look, I am a millionaire. I have £1 million," and let's say it's relevant to me for some reason. Yeah. And now I need evidence for that. And based on that, I'm going to do something, and both of us care about that. Yeah. Let's say in the hypothetical scenario, and if you told me, "Look, I am a millionaire," and I ask you for evidence, if you showed me £5, would that wash? It won't. £5 anyone can show. You see what I'm saying? £5. Even someone like me, who is penniless, can show £5.
Yeah, but that analogy
That's the analogy here. I completely agree. I'll clarify. I completely agree that women in a nikah are sex slaves. Completely agree, according to the Quran. And let me finish.
I wanted to answer.
One second. I'll just finish this and then please clarify.
I didn't understand what you said. So I'm saying, did you say aren't or are?
Are.
So
Women,
you're saying they are sex slaves in the
it
nikah. Is that what
literally
you're
only sex slaves.
So it says that in the Quran.
Not using that sort of phrase, but implying. For example, I'll give you the specific details. For example, women in the Quran, especially in a nikah, are in Surah 2 described as sex objects.
No, it doesn't.
It does. I can show you in a brief moment. Sex objects. And then elsewhere, the Quran says the man in a nikah can, if he fears that the woman can be treacherous, some way, if he suspects, he can warn the lady, keep her out of the bed, and then subsequently beat her. This happens only in slavery. The woman can't do the same. The man can do that to the woman.
She can leave him.
How can a woman leave a man? So, but do you see the 2 points I've made so far? I'll come to the first evidence for the first one later. Now you're saying the woman can leave?
They can divorce each other.
No, but can they? Okay. So, now here is where we're going from one detail to another. Let's stay focused. So you are saying the woman can divorce the man.
They're allowed to divorce each other in that situation.
Sure. But let's just discuss. Just focus on that.
And also, if he's committed adultery, he can also get worse than beaten. His hands can get chopped off and all that kind of stuff, like via Sharia law, whatever. If whatever country follows that, abroad, Muslim countries, that would happen. Or if they wanted to get divorced, not do the whole cutting hands thing, in Muslim countries, then you just divorce each other.
Sure.
Because you wouldn't want to stay with a cheater or an adulterer. And then when she gets divorced, she would take her mahar. Her mahar is her gold, her money. That would be to help her find her feet.
You made 2 points now.
Yeah.
Let's discuss both.
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly ask. So your first point was about divorce. You said, hey, he could divorce. She could divorce. If I said he can beat, and to which you said he can divorce. She can divorce. Let me ask you this. The man can do triple talaq to the lady.
Yeah.
Can the woman do triple talaq to the man?
She would have to have it in stages. I think it's over a course of 3 months. She would be able to do talaq.
In other words, she is a sex slave. Even a slave, no.
That's literally not what I
But
said.
to be a sex slave, you're forced to have sex. You can't force your wife. You can't force her to have, if she says no.
You can't force.
You're not allowed to
Let's
force
look
your
at
wife
this.
to have sex with you.
Where do you see that? Where do you see the idea that you can't force?
You're not allowed to force your wife. That's actually
Where do you see that
forbidden
idea?
to force your wife.
Where?
You're forbidden.
Where?
It's in there.
I'll show you where.
Just so you know, we're not scholars, so we don't know exactly what surah and what.
So I'll read a surah for you. Surah 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah 2, Ayah 2 to 3, which is what I used earlier to call the sex object here. Surah 2, Ayah 2 to 3. Your wives are a place of cultivation, a land for cultivation, sowing of seed. So for you, so it's speaking to the men, yeah? It's the you here are men. So come to your place of cultivation, however you wish, and put forth for yourselves. Do you see the wish of the woman taken into account here?
That's literally one sentence. And how does that mean that someone's a sex slave?
Sure.
And also,
But
who's the author of this? Who's the author of this translation?
Surah, this is Sahih International, from Sahih International. It's one of the most popular
It doesn't matter who's translating
translations.
it. Obviously, translations vary, but
I can take the Arabic. Do you read Arabic? I can take the Arabic if you
How
like.
from that did you get someone's a sex slave? Because
So,
that's one line
sex
you've
object.
taken.
This is a sex object.
How did you get that from that though?
I'll-
Because
I'll
that
demonstrate.
might be a misunderstanding of your English, darling.
I'll
because
demonstrate.
That doesn't mean sex slave.
I'll demonstrate. Sex object.
It
This
doesn't
one,
mean sex object.
this one means sex
It just
object.
means
I'll
that
demonstrate.
A man, to have a child with someone would have to be married. You don't just have a child with anyone or go have sex with anyone because we don't allow multiple, I wouldn't just have sex with a random person. It would have to be someone I'm married to.
1 second,
So
please.
that's wrong. The
Let
way
me-
you're interpreting that is you're
Sure.
choosing to interpret it in your way.
Let's read this.
It's really wrong.
But let's read.
Yeah.
Don't just repeat the assertion.
No, I'm just saying.
But let's read.
Maybe you're not understanding.
Sure, but if we read, we'll find out. Your wives are a place of cultivation. So it's already beginning in a wrong note. It's saying to the man, your wives are like a land. That's how it's beginning. It's objectivizing already. And then it goes on, for you. It's making them a possession. It's first of all an object, a land, and then it's possessed by the man, for you. And it goes on. So come to your place of cultivation. So it's now talking about the man doing some stuff. You come to your place of cultivation, you go to your land. however you wish. So it's saying, hey, look, man, your wish matters. So however you wish, come in.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what people do with a sex object. It's an object that you own, to which you can do stuff, or using which you can do stuff. But only your will matters. The object does not have a will. That's the very definition of a sex object. And it goes on. So, however you wish, and put forth for yourselves, and fear Allah, and know that you will meet Him. That's what it says. That's the very definition of a sex object. If you see anything contrary, or anything which respects the lady here as anything more than a sex object, please tell me what it is here.
Using that logic, that's like saying your husband is just a bank because he has to provide for you. That's like him. He's an object. He's only for money. Because it says
This is dealing with an entire area of physical intimacy.
Okay,
but if you said your husband provides, maybe somewhere else it could say your husband also loves.
So this
You
is
see what I'm saying?
we're trying to say,
But
that
here it's
that's
this.
that sentence, and in other
yeah, but there's another area
it will
that
say.
Where does it say
we're not
anything?
we're not scholars. We're not going to know everywhere.
But okay, look.
You just randomly approached us, so we're not obviously prepared for
So you're not scholars, that's fine. I completely understand. But do you at least now agree? Earlier you said that's my
I
interpretation.
don't agree with
But please listen. But please, I haven't asked the question. I haven't asked the question.
not
Please listen.
right.
But
You're-
please stay focused.
You've come here to manipulate words.
I haven't.
You've read
But I
one
didn't ask.
section.
I didn't ask.
That's
I
really
didn't ask the
weird.
question yet.
That's really weird.
You know, what
That's
is
like
the-
saying in Christians, women are also sex slaves, just because it would also say
You won't find
a man
anything like
has
this in
to
the
lay
Bible.
with his wife.
My dear friend, please.
Or even
You
could
won't have
even
anything
say
like
that
Do you
about
see-
religion.
do
That's
you
really
see-
weird.
Not anything like this in the Bible.
Please listen. And here is where you need to listen.
He's
It's
just-
it's
In the
really.
Bible, literally says.
Do you know what? This is good for
when
your
you-
channel though, clickbait. I like it.
No,
It's
when-
cool.
But
in the
could I
Bible-
Do you
speak
get
right
money
now?
from your channel?
But could I speak right now?
No, you can. I'm letting
You're
you. we let
really
you
using
speak.
tactics right now.
I'm
Could I
not
speak
using
right now?
tactics.
In the
I'm
Bible-
actually
Could I
talking-
speak right now?
You can.
what-
Yeah, let me speak right now. Earlier, 2 minutes ago, or 5 minutes ago,
Yeah.
you said that's my interpretation.
That is.
In this ayat,
Let
me, I haven't finished. I haven't finished. I haven't finished.
So carry on.
What's
I
weird?
want to see your next point.
What's
This is
weird?
interesting.
What's weird
Yeah.
is that you're not letting me speak right now. That's weird.
So speak.
Yeah, I'm speaking.
Because
right.
we let you.
I-
All you keep talking about is cultivation.
Sure.
Cultivation.
A land,
You said a whole thing.
a land,
Just make your point about
treating
sex
something
objects.
as a land that you own, to which you do things only at your will. If that is not a sex object, what is it?
So when it says the man is there to protect and provide, if that's
No,
not
stay focused on
okay,
this.
listen,
This
listen.
ayat first. I want to focus on. Did I misrepresent this ayat?
When it says cultivation and sowing of seed, that's not like a literal thing like, oh, treat her like a land. It doesn't say treat her like land,
So-
own her like land. It's not
I'll clarify.
saying that.
Let me ask you.
That's just the way of speaking back then. That's how they speak. Very
Sure.
poetic and sow the seed.
So treat-
and do your deeds and all this
Take-
and that.
take-
That's how they speak in the Bible, the
Please-
Quran,
please help me here.
And Hebrew, the Torah and everything. That's just how it is.
But please help
That
me
doesn't
understand.
mean treat her like a land. Have you ever cultivated me like a land?
No, he is a bad Muslim. He is treating you well, he is a bad Muslim. No, this is true.
Of
If he
course
is
you're
treating
not-
you well, he is a
of course
bad
you're gonna say
Muslim.
that.
That's why I'm focused on the Quran right now. I'm focused on Islam. I'm not accusing you. Even in the way you let your wife speak, and even in the way you both conducted earlier, conducted yourself in relation to the other gentleman, I respect you both. Marvelous examples of how not to be a good Muslim. And here is, and are you from Bangladesh?
Yeah.
You are. Bengalis, I don't know if you're familiar with this. Bangladesh, even today on paper, is not an Islamic country, is it? Secular country, it's meant to be on paper. Not today.
It used to
Not
be
today.
a-
secular. It's meant to be
I think
secular.
it used
Yeah,
to be
but-
majority Hindu.
Yeah,
then
Bengal
now-
has a long history, and this is why I really appreciate Bangladeshis. Many times they think I am Bengali, and vice versa. I think they are Tamils and so on. But it's really good to meet you both.
You don't look
Some other people,
You
but
do look Indian though.
sure. But now coming back to this, you earlier said I have misrepresented this ayat, misunderstood this ayat. I gave you 3 specific points. 1, it describes the lady as land, number 1. Number 2, which is an object. A land is an object.
Yeah.
Number 2, It attributes ownership because it says land for you. So an object that is owned by the man. So object, ownership, and then it goes on describing physical intimacy, but only taking into account the man's wish. The woman's wish is not here at all. So an object that you own, that you use at your own will alone, is the very definition of a sex object. In this case, an object that you use for physical, whatever, pleasure, whatever. That's the definition of a sex object.
Okay, saying for you to use, obviously it's talking about the husband. The woman is not there for everyone, it's just for the husband. Yeah. Calling them land for to be sold, like she said, they used to talk in a poetic term.
Yeah. So is the woman's...
So when they're translating, obviously, it's like when you say, I caught you red-handed. If you translate to another language, it doesn't make sense. Whereas in the Arabic language...
I'm talking about the underlying meaning. I'm not talking about the wording.
I'm saying, what is the wording though?
The underlying meaning is when you describe a lady as a land, is that objectivizing her or not?
No, it's not in this context. So
So tell me, if you...
What I'm trying to say is when, like for example, when I'm saying if you're caught red-handed, in my language, that literally, if I translate to my language, Bangladesh, that won't make sense. If I told someone you got caught with red hands in Bangladesh, to another Bangladeshi person, they'd be like, what are you talking about? It doesn't make sense. I
completely understand.
But
Idioms, similes, also metaphors, you can use all. But that's not my point here right now. As a metaphor, one second. As a metaphor, if you treat a lady or describe a lady only as a land, is that objectivizing her or not?
You're saying only as a land, this sentence. So there's no other sentence in this entire Quran.
I'm first focused on this sentence because your wife accused me of misrepresenting this ayat.
To all the points in Islam that talks about intimacy. Sure. If you talk about one, it's
but
not
at the least we can agree, this ayat I am accurately describing.
No.
Is there any other ayat anywhere which actually gives something reverse for the women?
There's an entire ayah for women.
I think you came
Where?
up with
Entire
that
surah,
out
you
of
mean?
hatred.
Which one?
I don't, like I said, we're not scholars, so I don't really know exactly which one it is.
Is there an entire surah for women?
There is a entire surah of
Yeah,
Maryam.
sure.
I think
Are you sure about this?
I think this has come out, the way you've interpreted that has come out because of your hatred, maybe.
No.
Maybe
It's because of my intelligence. I have read through because of my knowledge.
What's your book?
No, please, I'll ask you this.
What do you follow?
I am a Christian. Now let me ask you this. Is there an entire surah for women?
About women, yeah.
About women, an
Let me
entire
get it
surah.
off my phone, 'cause I'm not a
And I
scholar,
can
so
give you the
I'll
answer.
need to
You don't even have to. I can give you the answer.
need to check.
It's Surah 4, An-Nisa. An-Nisa is the surah you might have in mind. You might. You can check that.
Yeah, you said it, Surah Al-Nisa.
An-Nisa. Surah 4,
The woman.
Yeah.
Which means the woman, yeah.
the women. That name means the woman or women in
It's
plural or
about
singular. I can't.
Justice and rights. Again, I'm not a scholar, so I have to pull it up on my
Don't
phone.
worry, I can tell you what it is about. I can tell you if you like. I can tell you what this is like.
Financial
Sure.
independence,
Can I tell you what the surah is about?
marriage and family.
Can I tell you what the
justice and
surah is
rights.
about?
I've just told you.
I know, but you said you don't know. I am going to tell you. I know. I've read through the Quran. I'm writing multiple books on the Quran.
Also,
So I can tell you.
my phone as well.
I can tell you.
In one line, you've
One second.
misrepresented it. So
One
how do I
second.
listen to you?
One second. Please, my dear friend.
Also, you're
Surah
Christian.
An-Nisa. Clearly the name, I can't remember if it is singular woman or plural women. I think it's a plural women. Surah An-Nisa has the word which means the women, but it is not for the women. As a matter of fact, the bulk of that surah is about how to get rid of munafiqs. Nothing to do with women, but about how to get rid of munafiqs during a hijrah. That's what the chapter is about. It deceptively gives the title women because there are some portions of it which deals with women, whatever, some details of women and so on. But if you want, and there is another surah, by the way, which is related to the topic we're talking about. You know what that topic is? Surah is At-Talaq. It's about the man very easily getting rid of the woman. Do you know? Not divorce. Getting rid of. No, my dear friend. You are in the UK. In the UK, divorce is a complex process.
Yeah.
Complex process for the ones who go with the UK law.
Yeah.
Because the UK law is based on Christian values. But the Quranic law, in the Quran, divorce, what the man does to the woman is simple. Triple talaq is very simple. It's not a complex process.
It's quite a 3-month process, I think.
3 months to divorce?
Yeah.
You call that divorce?
It would be a 3-month process because
3 months is not long at all. So how does it begin?
it's not long. I think initially when you do your talaq, there will be witnesses around. You have a discussion of why you want to divorce,
Yeah.
what's happened, is there any way of fixing it, are there children involved, you know, finances and stuff like that. And then I think at the 2nd month, 3rd month, it happens as well. And mainly, I think it's also a scientific.
Do you know what the 3 months is for?
There's also, yes, I was just getting to that. There's a scientific reason as well. I think for the women especially, you know, stuff like there's diseases like STDs and spreading of that kind of stuff. If within 3 months a woman, even scientifically, has had different semens inside her, more than one type of semen, she's more likely to get an STD or disease. So that 3-month gap or wait of the talaq, because you wouldn't have sex in those 3 months either, it means that afterwards, if she wanted to get remarried again, because women can remarry, then she's free to do so without there being diseases.
My dear friend, you're seriously misrepresenting the Quran. Maybe you haven't read the Quran, or maybe you know and yet deliberately misrepresenting. I'll tell you, because you've started on the topic, which is about talaq. You said it's a long process. It's a long process. No, the 3 months is the waiting period that follows the triple talaq.
Yeah.
The triple talaq is what releases the lady from the man. The 3 months is the period of waiting, and I'll tell you what the period of waiting is for. The period of waiting is to find out if the lady has a child through the man. If the lady has a child through the man, nothing about semen, whatever. It is about having a child, actual fertilized zygote, which is developing as a child, and that is the only that is referred to in the Quran. Now, anything else you're coming up with is not there in the Quran.
And about diseases as well.
Not in the Quran. Where do you see that in the Quran?
She's just saying that as a scientific wise.
No, but that's not. I completely understand. Like you said earlier that your husband treats you well, which means he is a good Muslim. When you talk about science, that's marvelous, that's science. But that is not in the Quran. The Quran doesn't have any noble presentation of anything. All that it cares about is whether there is a child. That's all it cares about. And so, I'll let you speak one second. Ultimately, if a man wants, I don't think our gentleman here would do that to you. He comes across as a marvelous man. And this is why I'd like you to leave Islam and become a Christian. And you also, together. But don't tell anyone else. Especially in Bangladesh, don't tell anyone else. No, I can give you. I know. But when you go home,
Can I ask you one thing then?
when you go home, you will know. Yeah, no, when you go home, you will know the tactics you used today. Please. Why not?
No, listen,
There's
can I ask?
not one thing you said today.
But why
that
can't he
makes
touch this?
Any point.
But why can't he touch
Because
this?
we're not on
can
your
I-
side.
so
We're
can I
not
ask you
on
one
your
thing?
But why
side.
can't he
There's-
touch this?
No,
listen.
because why would I take that off you?
Nah, him.
Okay,
Why
listen,
can't he
he
touch
doesn't
this?
need to take
Can I
that
ask you one thing?
Yeah, sure.
If you want me to become Christian,
Yeah.
so do I become Orthodox? Do I become the other? What's the other sex? Orthodox.
there's so many.
The other sect. There's about 66 Bibles as well.
Methodist and
Yeah. So which one do I follow?
There's no 66 Bibles. You're getting it wrong.
So how many Bibles do you have?
One Bible.
Do I go to
No,
Church
but
of
then-
England? Do I go to Church of the
Yeah.
Catholic one? What church
How
would
you
I go
have
to?
Shia, Sunni, Boras, Khojas,
But
that's same
no,
thing.
one second. My dear friend.
No,
Good to see you.
but one Bible.
My dear friend, my dear.
Testament, New
You know
Old
what?
Testament is
One
the
second.
Jewish people,
One
Jewish.
second, sister,
That's
please.
what-
One
that's the
second.
first time
One
I've
second.
heard that
One
in
second.
my
My
life.
dear.
Jewish.
Never heard
Torah
that.
is Jewish.
I know.
Not the Torah. I'm talking about Old Testament, New Testament, in the Bible.
I know, my dear friend. You don't know the Bible. You don't even know the Quran.
Not really.
And that's why you're good Muslims. That's why you're good people.
You've literally
Terrible
said
Muslims,
one
but good
sentence.
people. But please, the gentleman asked. Let me respond, please. You didn't know. Let me respond.
What Christian are you?
I'll respond. And both of you are lovely. He asked a question. I'm going to respond. And you have revealed that you don't know about the Bible when you said the Torah, not the Old
I didn't
Testament.
say the Torah. She said the Torah.
Yeah, now when she.
Torah is about the
But
Jewish
please
You're
listen.
making things up.
But please listen.
No, I
when
didn't
she
mention
said the
Torah,
Torah,
she did.
when she mentioned something about the Torah, you said, I'm not talking about the Torah, I'm talking about the Old Testament.
I'm talking about
As
the
if,
Bible.
yeah, the Torah is part of the Bible, which you didn't know. This is why you need to
Is
know.
Torah part of the Bible?
Yes, you're learning right now.
There's 3 different books, but they're not. I don't
According
think
to the
they're
delusion of
together.
Islam,
Fine.
according
So
to
are
the
you
delusion,
Jewish and Christian at the same time?
I can't believe this.
No,
Do you know?
I'm genuinely asking.
Have you heard of this name called Apostle Paul?
No.
Have you heard Apostle Paul? Paul, you know, he's Jewish and Christian, wasn't he?
Okay.
I didn't know someone.
So this is where, as Muslims, may I please comment to you? This is why you need to take my card. You don't know your Quran. You really don't even know your Quran
You
properly.
still didn't show me where someone's a sex object in Islam. You still didn't show me
Sure,
that.
don't worry. The conversation is recorded. Anyone who watches that would know where I have shown. And the fact of you using
haven't-
tactics after that.
No, I'm not using tactics.
Now, you
haven't
asked me a
convinced
question
me.
earlier, my
You
dear
said
friend.
You've convinced me.
Islam
You
is
showed me
terrible.
where you've convinced me.
One second. Islam is terrible.
Astaghfirullah. I can't believe you're
No,
saying that.
don't, please don't.
Say-
Islam is terrible in that, in the Quran, please take this as a homework. When you go home, take this as a homework.
We have them at home.
Sure, but you
Arabic
haven't
ones,
read the, but you
no.
don't know Arabic.
But that's like saying, oh, you don't know Arabic because the Bible's in Arabic as well.
No,
They
why
have
did,
it in
why,
Aramaic.
no, why do you,
So
why
would
did
you know that? Why would we
why
know
did
that
you mention
language
about
as
having
well?
an Arabic Quran? That's useless.
No,
Yeah,
no,
if
no.
you don't know Arabic.
But there's actual translations that are like the proper ones. I don't know, cultivation, all these words. It's like,
Can I show you the Arabic?
yeah, you can show me the Arabic.
Should I show?
Yeah.
Please come. You could have asked this earlier. I could have done that, straight away.
Also, can you show me other points? Because you still haven't shown me where someone's
No,
a
no,
sex
please don't
object.
panic right now. We need to let's look at this
No one's
carefully.
panicking. You haven't made your point.
You're no,
Make-
no.
you have to make your
I'm
point.
making. I have
You've been
made
here
my.
for an hour. You haven't made your point. Make
I
your
made my point multiple times. I'm going to
haven't
show you
made
the
your
Arabic
point.
right now. I'm going to show you the Arabic right now. Your women.
Your
Sorry.
mic's in the way.
Yes, sorry. That's the Arabic. Can you read Arabic?
Yeah, no. We can read Arabic, but the translation is what we
Okay.
understand.
I'll show you word for word. So you can. I'll show you word for word. Yeah. That's.
So where does that say sex object?
Okay. Did I say it says sex object? Did I say that?
Yeah,
You
but
said it implies
you've
it.
been saying,
exactly. No worries.
You've been saying that in Islam, tell us where a woman isn't a sex object. That's your whole question today. You still haven't shown me where a woman is a sex object. You've literally failed your point. I'm really cold for an hour. You haven't made your
I
point.
know this is your latest tactic, but
You
let me
ha-
tell you
that's
something,
not a
please.
tactic. Stop trying to
You
act
said-
like you're playing mind games. You
No,
haven't made
my
your
dear
point.
friend,
It's cold. They even
you
switched
asked
the
me-
lights on.
No, no, I'm
She
sorry.
got a light in her hand. There's 3 lights. It's went from.
But you said you asked
gone
me.
from sunrise to sunset. Make the point, man.
She's
I'm
playing
cold.
tricks, isn't she?
I'm not playing tricks.
You
Make
you
the
are.
point.
She asked me, where did I didn't show her where it says sex object, and your husband has responded to you. I didn't say. I said it implies. That's what I said.
Doesn't imply it.
Land. I'll make 3 points. I'll repeat.
Need a cup of tea.
Objectifying the woman, caricaturing her as a land, making her belonging, that a land that is owned by the man,
Yes, the
object
word
owned,
cultivation has absolutely
used only for the according to the will of the man. 3 specific points. These are what implies.
From
Now,
one word, he
to
got
you-
3 specific points. The word, don't tell me to shush
not.
like that.
Sorry, what?
Don't tell me to shush like that. That's rude.
Don't say what?
You just said shush. Don't tell me to shush like that.
No. You have been extremely rude by employing tactics, my
you
dear friend.
haven't made your point.
No, I'm not trying to be
You've been
rude to
here
you.
for an hour.
Maybe you misunderstood me. All
I'm
that I'm
waiting
saying.
For the point, I'm waiting. Get
Sure,
to
sure.
it.
When you
Okay,
when
said it 10 times.
our channel is called Operation Steven. When you watch the video, you will find out. The point that I made. If you rewatch, if you still don't find, rewatch please, and you will ultimately find the point.
Operation Steven.
Operation Steven. This is where I wanted to give you the card because
I
that's.
don't want your card though.
No, I am a
I'll
Christian.
remember from my mind. Don't worry. I'll
Okay.
remember from my mind. You
Sure,
watch
sure.
a lot of the stuff that goes on around here.
Okay. Now, to you, my point is this. You come across, and what you've described, your wife has testified that you treat her well. Marvelous. But I want you to understand that is not according to the Quran. And I challenge you. You can go through all of the Quran and try and find out one place where the Quran puts the man and the woman on equal footing. Equal is the key word. There are a few places where it puts them together in an ayat. but I want equal footing.
But
You won't find any. Let me finish my point and then please respond. You will not find anything like that at all. And therefore, when you respect your lady in the way you respect, which is marvelous, you're not being a good Muslim. You are a good human being and you would qualify to be a good Christian because it is Jesus who teaches those values,
Jesus who
not the
also
Quran.
said, take sex slaves.
Where did Jesus say take
Jesus
sex slaves?
literally said, when you go to war, you literally take the woman for yourself. And if they-
Sex slave?
Yeah,
Sex
it
slaves?
literally says if they're not married, if they're virgins, you take them as sex slaves.
Say,
If
where,
they- if
where,
they are,
where,
you
where?
kill- you
Show
kill
me
them.
one place where Jesus said, take sex slaves. One place.
Like I said, I'm not a scholar, but you
Well,
approach me
no,
randomly.
I know, but
And-
no,
but
choose
I've-
one thing.
I've-
I know one thing. Let's say we are lovely friends. One thing, little game. You are saying Jesus said, take sex slaves. Do you know if he said? In which case, give me evidence. Or are you saying you don't know and you're just making this up? Which one?
He definitely
Choose.
He said it. Next time I come, I'll bring my source.
Please bring. I challenge you.
Okay,
You'll
that's fine.
struggle.
Next time I come. But anyway,
Sure, sure.
come back to your
But
point.
don't not come just because you haven't found. You won't
No,
find.
no, it's fine.
But please still come.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, the point that you that they're not equal, even biologically, men and women are not equal. Like for example, that's like saying it says men have to provide and protect. So why does it not say women have to do it? Why should you?
You're
not provide and
misunderstanding two different things.
How?
There's some
Equal.
points where
One second.
the women
I'll
have
respond.
A higher status, or might be, like you said, sometimes they're equal, sometimes the man is higher, sometimes the woman is higher.
Let me respond
sometimes
right
the
now.
woman is low, sometimes the man is low. It's just
Sure,
a way
sure.
of.
But
That's
let me
how life is
respond
in
right
general.
now.
That's
Let me
how life
respond.
is.
No,
Like
that's not
saying-
how life
That's like
works.
saying in equality, why can't a man give birth then? Because the bodies aren't equal. It's not the same. There's so many things that are different.
Sure.
There are male duties and there are female duties.
Lovely.
That's just
Now
how
let me
it is.
respond. I am using the word equal, not same or identical. You, for example, as between you, between you both, one being a man, husband and a wife, you both are unequal. Are not the same. You are clearly different in many ways. Completely understood. But in the court of law in the UK, you both will have the same set of rights, the same value, and that is what defines.
Don't have the same, right?
Say again.
In a court of law, if there's a divorce, the woman always takes a child. So how's that the same?
No, that's not the case.
No,
That's
but-
really not the case. No, let's be serious.
In
Let's
the
be
court of
serious.
law,
You're not
you
playing.
also have different
Now you are
rights.
beginning to play a tactic. Please don't. You're smiling also a little bit. Please don't.
Am I
Listen
wrong?
to me carefully. You are wrong. In the UK, you will be both treated on equal footing when it comes to your core value. Doesn't matter whether you are a man or a woman. The same core value, and this is why, regardless of your sex, you will have the same set of rights, the same intrinsic value. You get one vote, she'll get one vote, as long as, of course, you clear the age limit and so on. And
It really depends on the male or female's finances mainly. That's one of the main.
no, but this is important. Whereas in the Quran, you don't even get that. The Quran, I completely understand when it treats the man and the woman differently. I completely understand, but the man and the woman are not equal. That is my problem, and that is the Quran. The woman is the sex object, not the man.
Making your point about sex slaves. What happened to that point?
If you rewatch multiple times, you'll get to know because you're playing a tactic right now. I know your husband would know. He understood. But thank you very much. Lovely seeing you.
Your point to now talking about inequality because you know you didn't make the first point.
Sure.
So now you're just trying to make a different point.
Lovely. That's a nice tactic.
That's not a
I enjoy that tactic. But
to avoid yourself answering the question.
Sure. No problem. Thank you very
We
much.
literally came
No.
here to discuss something with you. We've
No
learned
problem.
nothing from you.
Sure. Thank you. Surah 2, Ayah 2 to 3. Watch the video over and over again.
Please
You
watch
will
it,
learn
guys.
something. But
You
lovely
learned
to see
that
you both.
You never made a point.
Thank you. It's lovely to see you both. God's blessings. But please, when you try and see if Jesus said that or not, when you don't find that, understand the Jesus is there, the Quran is here. And I'd like you to leave Islam and come to Jesus. Lovely to see you. God's blessings.
Believe in Jesus.
Lovely to see you.
He's
God's
not a
blessings.
prophet.
Say again.
We believe in Jesus. He's a
No. Jesus, yeah, absolutely. You're marvelous people. On the discussion, you played a little bit of tricks here and there.
We
But
didn't play tactics.
you're marvelous people. You don't want to shake my hand?
Bro, you said Quran is on the ground, bro. I'm not going to take
The
that.
Quran doesn't have value. But based on that, that's fine. That's up to you. But I still treat you as my friend. If anything happens, if you face any threat, I will come and defend you. Because you are precious to me as a human being. You are precious and so is your wife. So together, I'll come and defend. My wife is around and I'm sure she'd want to be your friend. So God's blessings to you both. Time to leave Islam. Come to Jesus. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, next time. Thank you.